Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Snell's 48th World, where we do the Young and the Restless soap opera review. Today's episode was kind of exciting in somewhat ways. I was very intrigued with how Victor still gets down. I was glad to see Billy taking up for Victoria on all aspects of the relationship and them co-parenting. I liked it how Ashley is starting her meddling, no good ways. And I was pleasantly surprised to see Tracy back on deck for the holidays. Okay, we get on right into that first scene. We have Phyllis gets off the elevator, and of course, she's reading through her mail and the folder she has in her hands, and she glanced over and she noticed that that looks a lot like her sister-in-law, or they're divorced now, her and Jack. So, past sister-in-law. But past, present, or future, Tracy still sees the same thing, nothing but love. She so reminds me of John Abbott and his standards of morality. Loved him, loved her. But anyway, like I said, she noticed Tracy waiting in the lobby, which I don't know why she wasn't in Jack's office, but it is what it is, okay? Phyllis is waiting for Tracy to tear into her about coming or being a wedge between both brothers, meaning Jack and Billy. But she doesn't. She tells Phyllis openly and honestly that what you and my brothers got going on has nothing to do with me. And I'm pretty sure you've gotten a lot of backlash here and there, but like I said, that's y'all business. It's not mine. So however y'all tend to mingle or co-mingle with one another is fine with me. And so that was more so Phyllis taken aback or taken back by what, Tracy had really said to her. I mean, she was open and honest about how she felt about the situation, and she had no cause to put her opinions in it. I'm like, honey, that's what Tracy do all day, every day. Unless it comes to her children, of course, you know that. Or her child, I should say. Then we go on to Jack. Jack's on a phone call talking with someone about business or a contractual agreement they have, and somehow Phyllis' name comes up where Jack goes on to say she handles that particular division. You would need to call her. And it must have been a situation where the man said, oh, your wife. Okay, I didn't know y'all, you know, were, you know, section. I think all y'all handle the same business together. Whatever the conversation was kind of uh, interpreting itself, and I was trying to assume what the conversation was about. So pretty much he was like, no, let me update you or put you on speed dial when it comes to my relationship with Miss Phyllis. We're no longer married, but we do still work together at Jabot Cosmetics. So I guess the guy said, well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't know about it. He's like, oh, it's not your concern anyway. But yes, please contact Phyllis Abbott. And here we got the phone, and he started remembering the kiss that him and Phyllis shared recently. And he was kind of reminiscing. But moving on from that situation, we go to Ashley. Ashley's telling Michelle to go back from whence she came. She has no business dealings in Genoa City and no personal relationships to attach herself to. Okay, so she's pretty much saying whatever you thought you had with Travis is over because he's with my brother's ex-wife. We consider her family, this, that, and the third. So please pack up and leave. Then we have Billy. Billy is getting on Travis about Michelle. They really haven't minced words about the name of the woman, but Billy has let Travis know in no uncertain terms that he knows there's a woman in the situation that's involving and having Victoria in the middle of all of it, and he don't like it. Okay, he could destroy Victoria's life, but he ain't gonna let no other man destroy her life. Okay, but anyway, we go to Victor. Victor stands up in regards of Nicholas bringing Sharon to his home. He said, "You're not welcome, Dylan. That's another case scenario. I had to fight with Nikki. I don't plan on doing that, but you're not welcome, Sharon. But like, you know." Nick is his own man as well, and they're there here for the children. They're not there for what their personal feelings are with anyone invested in the relationship of the birthday celebration. So he was like, I wanted her here. That's why she's here. We're here for the kids, not for ourselves. And get with it, Daddy. And so he don't mind, like I said, Dylan being there. He just don't want Sharon. And then that's basically when Nicholas started looking confused and ashamed at his dad's actions and why he's starting on him. We go to a commercial, we come back. We have Phyllis is trying to be hospitable at the office to Tracy while she's waiting for Jack to come back to his office and sees that she's there. She's offering her, water, tea, crumpets, soda, food. She would definitely order it out if that's what she wanted. Just trying to be in Tracy's good graces since she's not tearing into her, such as Ashley do on a daily basis whenever she can get her claws into her. Okay, then we go to Phyllis. Phyllis is talking with Tracy when Jack walks off the elevator. So that's going to cut down on all that small talk she was trying to do and smoozing, trying to get Tracy to be on her side. But Tracy already told her, I'm nowhere near the situation. I'm smack dab in the middle. I'm going to be cordial because I don't stay here anymore. I love my life in New York. And this, that, or the other. Y'all get it together. I just want y'all to come together. Let's build a bridge over this confusion, at least while I'm still here, so I can enjoy my holiday. Okay. But Jack is very surprised that she's there. He's had wished that she would have called him, Dusty the other, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Lottie da. We like to party, all that kind of stuff. Trust, I ain't here for that hoopla. I know how to get into from my hometown that I grew up in. I don't need your help. You knew I was coming. I just thought I'd surprise you a little earlier. So they hug and they embrace, and then Jack looks at Phyllis like, "Why the hell you here? Why you're not in the mix of family anymore? Get the hell on out my face." Even though he's thinking about their kids, and she's still trying to smooth her way back into his life and his heart. Then we go to Billy. Billy is still getting into Travis' ass. Travis being very deceitful. And he's telling him, hey, you need to be straight up forward with Victoria, or I'm just going to have to come to her rescue and find out all this dirty laundry with this other woman. And then we're going to see who still be standing and who's going to be gone out the door like ghost, okay? Then we go to Victoria. Victoria's telling Victor to go easy on the situation with Sharon showing up at the birthday party. It's about the kids. It ain't about the adults. So she had to drop that on her dad to, make him, you know, back down or stand down, in other words. And Nikki shuts down Victor. Shut him down, okay? She is allowed to be here only because of her sons. She's looking out for the kids and she's looking out for her son because Dylan, has a bad spot in it as well as Nicholas. And she's letting Sharon know that she's not cool with her behavior, how she handled the whole situation, but she's not gonna have the kids be in tears because they want somebody to stay and somebody else just don't want them in their house. Which I'm like, hell, why y'all just didn't have it outside? It would still been on Victor's property, but it wouldn't have been in his house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the writers just don't show us the big ass ranch. They showed it to us a long, long, long time ago. But I just want to have a setting on the outside so we can just, look at the house from a distance, but still could get that little peekaboo and still have them running around here acting like crazy, you know, in-laws and parents and mothers and fathers and stuff for their grandfathers and grandmoms. Okay. Then we go to Faith. Faith asked Dylan would he like to hold Christian. I'm like, Lord, if she ain't nothing but a builder over troubled water. I tell you, that girl is something else. Um, she goes on, like I said, ask Dylan if she wants to hold Christian when he knows him as Sullivan at his party while Chelsea's sitting down holding Christian. We're going to say Christian and baby Sully because they go together, you know. Then Dylan said he sure would, but what about Sharon? And Faith looking at her like, Daddy, can she hold her too? can she come near the baby? Cause she don't lie too much to us, and it's unnecessary. She just should talk true. But we go to commercial, we come back. We have Tracy's making small talk with Jack and Phyllis within Jack's office. Then we have Jack is so delighted to see Tracy, and she's telling Jack how much she knows about him and Phyllis through GC Buzz social media, of course. Then we have Tracy's asking about him and Phyllis. Give her the real tea. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't be blindsided. Just tell me what you feel. So he pretty much tell Tracy that they're over, but Tracy just catch him and call a spade a spade. She said, "You're lying. I know you. You don't have to pretend with me." So then we have Ashley telling Michelle to respect boundaries when it comes to Travis and Victoria's living situation and their relationship. Ashley says she's not going to let her wreck her brother's wife's or brother's ex-wife relationship with Victoria by trying for her to be trying to still go after Travis. Then we have Sweet Faith. She's such a bridge over troubled water. Like I said, she's trying to bring two families together, while Sharon's antics pretty much tore them apart by her insecurities and her selfishness of wanting to have a baby when she know good and doggone well that wasn't her baby. But it is what it is, okay? Um, Jill is observing the scene between Faith and Sharon and Nick Dillon. She then goes to, talk to Victor and Nikki about it. And they don't too much want to hear about it. They think it's a hot mess, but they're going to get through it because they're Newmans and they got money. Okay. And then I don't know, just shakes her up a little bit. So she go check on Victoria and Billy. And she walks in on them and she's just pleasantly surprised on what they're doing. Okay, then we have Chelsea and Abby brings out it looked like a green cake, but I guess it was blue or greenish blue for baby Christian and a pink cake for um Katie and Victoria. Okay, but mostly, Katie. They're celebrating their birthdays and stuff. Okay. Then we move on from that situation. We go to Sharon is in the corner away from everybody. She crying, Lord. I'm like, wait a minute, Sharon, why are you crying? You don't have that baby on TV land time at probably a year or so. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it's just baby been 2 or 3 months, that she's been holding this secret to her heart, and not letting nobody know besides Mariah and Patty, Paul Williams' sister, she's Looney Van and stuff. And, of course, the dead doctor that set this all in motion, as well as Sage being deceased as well. So I don't know what she's crying about. I really don't, because she would have told the truth. At least it would have been all, over with by now before the holidays and this, that, and the third. And then Nick could have been using her as a surrogate mother, since Sage is truly dead, ain't coming back, and he don't have a woman in his life, it could have been befitting, and then Nicholas didn't have to think about he had lost a son and going through all that mess while she holding on to his son, which I really feel is not his son, it's Adam's son. But like I said, that secret's neither here or there. Adam's not coming back, so it's pretty much dead unless somebody else want to bring it out. But I would feel that it would be useless information. But anyway, we go to commercial, we come back. We have Jack is talking to Tracy about Phyllis, and Tracy laughs at her brother. Tracy asks Jack to go to the children's birthday party that Victor is having. And he says, no, can't do it because Billy's there. But I sent a present on anyway. And Tracy just pretty much just started laughing. Tracy is so much like John Abbott. It's ridiculous. Okay, love her, love her, love her. Glad to see her in this episode. Okay, then we have Chelsea. Chelsea goes on and finds Sharon alone and finds her very sad and emotional. She tells Sharon she's in her corner. She knows not that many people there, but she understands what she did and she understands her loss. And she wants to just, build a bridge between them and the family. When Victoria comes in the door and tears right into Sharon some more for the family. I'm like, now wait a minute, Victoria. You had just told your daddy to simmer down. Now you're gonna, find her by herself in a room by herself. You're just gonna tear on into her again. I'm like, come on. Give it up, Victoria. Stay in your lane. Learn what Travis is doing behind your back so you could get that in check, okay? And possibly run back to Billy. Anyway, Travis gets a call from who he thinks is Michelle, telling him to meet him at the club. And he runs into her. Um, he's really going to try to run into her at the club, but it is what it is. Billy asks, is everything okay? He says yes. He goes over to Victoria to tell her, some excuse. I couldn't really get it. Was he going back to get Katie's present because he left it at home? Or I don't know what he had pretty much said. But either way, he got the hell out of that house quick, fast, in a hurry. And he was saying something that he should be back to take her home, but I don't know what really transpired because I couldn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? Um, we go to commercial. Come back from commercial. We have Victor gives his commencement speech, meaning the birthday party's over. He want everybody to go home. He don't had his fill of his grandchildren. Everything he don't pretty much gave them that he feels worth of value, and they should always keep and remember and stuff like that. And he gave what's his name, Christian, a silver dollar or something at one part of the birthday party. And then towards the end of the birthday party, he gave Katie one pearl since she turned 1 years old, and every year she would have another pearl until she has a full string of pearls around her neck. Okay, maybe when she get 25, it'll end. But it's very thoughtful. He always give thoughtful, legendary type gifts. Okay. Then we go to Dylan asks, where's Sharon? And Chelsea goes on to tell, oh, honey, she left. After Victoria got in her ass, she couldn't take it no more. And he's like, well, god damn, I knew it was going to be something. But it just is what it is. We came, we saw, we conquered, and we moved on. So Dylan gets a chance to hold baby Sully Christian, gives him a hug, and he goes into just being so emotional about the whole thing. It almost had me crying. You know what I'm saying? He really pulled my heartstrings out. He's a good actor to be able to do that on spot with doing a scene. So, and everybody else was like they wanted to cry and everything too. And so he was like, buddy, I'm always be in your life, this, that, and the third, and da 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 da. I'm like, get that baby away, ain't gonna walk out that house, man, for you just tear the whole house down with cries, and Victor had to get in your ass and say you shouldn't have came in the first place, putting such a damper on this festive occasion. It was just too much. So he ends up leaving shortly after hugging and kissing on Christian, which he knew him as Baby Sully, but it is what it is. Okay, then we go to Travis. Travis finally gets to the club, but he learns that Ashley was the one who called him down there. However, she tells Travis to tell Victoria the truth, or she will. And we know meddling ass Ashley will get down to the nits and gritty of it. Okay, the nits and grits of the situation. We go to commercial. We come back. We have Ashley finds Tracy at the club, and they talk about Jack and Phyllis, and Ashley wanting to know what Tracy feel is on it with the radar between, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna get back together, or do they really need to just separate? So she said she didn't know because Jack was like on one side, she was on one side, but she still sensed a very lot of much needed love and repair there. We just don't know how to get it together. Then we have Phyllis comes in to get a file from Jack, and she trying to make small talk about him and Tracy a little bit. And Jack tells Phyllis he's going to the cabin to celebrate the holidays with his family. He emphasized on family. I mean, she don't have none. And he will not be sharing it with her. But before he leaves out the door, he wishes her a good holiday as well. And then she looks at him like, I want to go with y'all. I'm family still. Like, Phyllis, sit your ass down, okay? You ran in with his brother. How dare you try to even think about getting back together? Anyway, we move on. Billy and Victoria are still making small talk with one another. They both embrace with one another, and Jill walks in and sees the whole scene of an embracement. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's really coming together, and it's so cute because of the holidays. I'm like, where's Colin? Where's Colin, Jill? Why haven't you taken your ass back to Chicago? I need you to go back for a minute or so. I need to miss you. But anyway, everyone is getting ready to wind down the party and saying their goodbyes to the babies, and especially Christian, you know what I'm saying. Then Victoria makes up a lie about Travis' disappearance because, everybody asking her, where Travis at? Where'd he go? Is that dirt? Trying to make up a lie for Victor and her mama, Nikki. Then we have Dylan finally gets home to address Sharon, and he puts her in his place, y'all. He puts her in her place. Okay, I don't know what land of understanding where her mind is at this time, but she's trying to make like she's the victim in all of this. I'm like, wait a minute, sister. We can't count you as the victim, but when you knew of your hearts of hearts that Sage had knew was catching on to you being, you know, not being the mother of that child, and you knew she found out and told you to do the right thing because you had a nervous breakdown about holding that secret in, but you still wanted to hold on to that baby. And it could have been a situation where Nikki would have let you co-parent since he didn't have any woman in his life at the time, and he, it would have been something you and him building for baby Sally. But now you messed that up. You were too greedy. You want to think about yourself. And you still want to, be in la la land. But I'm so glad Dylan brought your ass right back to reality and saying, no, if you would have told the truth from the get go, we would have had this unnecessary void in our hearts. Because, I wouldn't have been so invested in him and this, that, and the third. And, Nick wouldn't have been so complacent about, life is just over for him. And, you just took too many people to the depths that they didn't need to be at. Okay, that's almost sinking level for everybody. Just because you wanted to be happy and you want another baby, you only thought about yourself. You were being downright deceitful, disturbingly unmentally stable, and selfish. Just totally selfish. You thought about yourself. You didn't think about the consequences of your actions that this part would play if this secret ever got out. So he just put her in her place. I was so loving it. I don't think he's gonna leave Sharon because she's too mentally disturbed. And he really do love her. And you'll never find a good man more than he is to her. But he just need to stop. They need to adopt some children. Forget fooling with Sharon and her antics and her vagina and her uterus. We just need to just throw all that up because we don't need nothing else coming out of her. Okay, and it seems like Faith has an attitude towards her own mama too. She probably questioning her liability or her biological father, and is she truly a Newman and this, that, and the third. I'm like, go ahead, Faith. But anyway, we go to commercial. We come back. We have Nikki and Victor are talking about Dylan and his loss. Pretty much, Nikki is sitting on her sofa with her legs crossed up in Indian style approach, and Victor, he don't give a shit. You know, he's just like Dracula or, the spawn of Satan. He don't give a shit about nothing she's feeling at this time because he's not feeling her son, who's a cop, who's still trying to put him in jail. Okay. He said, you have another son invested in all this too. You need to be worried about him. And I was like, Nicholas gonna be okay. He's gonna be all right. He's a Newman, true blood, but he takes a lot after his mother when it comes to morality. So I'm like, Victor, where you coming from? Sit your ass down or go on out the room and lay yourself down somewhere, okay? You need some rest. But anyway, he walks away from Nikki because he don't want to fuss with her because he sees she's in somewhat of a little turmoil between the two sons she do have. But she has a right to grieve for Dylan because Dylan has lost a lot. Then we go to Dylan and Sharon. They're talking some more about forgiving one another and stuff, but stay in reality. Let's just call a spade, and let's just call your bad behavior and how do you handle this situation was piss poor judgment. Then Faith comes home and walks in saying, hey, I'm unhappy. They want to hear why she's unhappy. And she goes on to tell them, I can't, I don't want to live with y'all no more. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Throw the flag on play. Don't understand what this girl is talking about. We don't understand. And she said, I don't want to live with you all anymore. Dylan, I love you. I respect you. I'm going to miss it. But I want to go live with Christian and my dad. Because I can't put up with all this foolishness my mom done took me through. I was like, oh Lord, my child Faith. But let Faith go on before she crack up. Let her spend some time with her dad and maybe her and her mother, Sharon, can mend fences. But she like, I ain't feeling my mom and all her lies and stuff. Oh, making me question my birthright. But we go on to the last and final scene. We have Ashley didn't make it to the birthday party, but she sure is dropping tea and stirring up shit at the club. Billy comes in and expresses his feelings about something just ain't right with that Travis situation. He's gonna find out. And she said, well, your instincts are on point, and you're right. He has fooled around on Victoria. I was like, T dropping Ashley ass. I tell you, she meddling in everybody's business, and she just doing it with so much diplomacy and social class. I can't even get mad at her. I'm like, Lord have mercy. If you want to know some gossip, just go talk to Ashley because she got the 411 on everybody. Y'all, I had to laugh. It was some parts I wanted to cry. In this episode, it was just too much, and I enjoyed it. That's the type of entertainment, mindless entertainment, that I like to come home and just lay back and take it all in and have a little laugh. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, people don't live their lives like they do play them out on the soap operas. You know what I'm saying? Or are you standing what I am trying to get you to comprehend? But y'all, that was The Young and the Restless for November the 17th, which was Thursday. Look forward to reviewing another show tomorrow for them, which will be Friday the 18th of November. And look for more chuckles and not understand the certain things of why these characters are acting crazy like this on this show. But we already know it's scripted. The writers write it however they want to see to get the public's reaction. And I'm telling you about it every day. I review the show, whether it's Bold and the Beautiful or whether it's Young and the Restless. For you all, I'll be blessed. Take care of each other. And I'll see you next episode. Thank you. Blessings. Bye bye.